What were we?
We were talking about how
We learn to practice law in law school, right?
right, and how that is just so different than your approach now, and how your approach now is so different from many other attorneys. And what I wanted to talk to you about is my curiosity is, what is it like when you present some of these arguments to judges? Because in my experience, judges hear arguments that are so similar for so many similar types of cases from the similar attorneys that they've heard over and over and over. What response do you see from judges when you start talking about the things that you talk about?
The things, those are knocked out because now they don't have the calories, they don't have the motivation to go to those things, and now consequently what happens is they go down to old patterns, old habits. And so especially when we're talking about people that are in like addiction recovery and all of this other stuff, when you hit them at a vulnerable place where they haven't quite rewritten those old patterns or haven't hit this level of perceived annihilation of self, identity, ego self, abandonment, exile, or physical harm. If that happens and they haven't hit that stage yet, then they risk not having the motivation or the calories to be able to rethink what the new plan is, and then they go to the old habits, the usage, they relapse. How many clients do we have in the middle?
What it also does, and what I hear you saying that it does do is, in many ways, it empowers the client, because the client thinks. You said this, and I don't know if you heard yourself say it, but I bet you did and you planned it. You said, what can you do to make this better? Because so many clients come to us seeing the court as this overwhelming entity that they have nothing to control or nothing that they can do, and they're just a leaf blowing in the wind. But you're now telling the client the keys to the jailhouse are in your pocket.
Right, or at least the ability to make a difference in a case that you give a shit about. And so fear is unfocused energy, faith is focused energy. Fear is unfocused energy, faith is focused energy. So what I get them to do is I do like this thing I call the Empower Hour. And it's a thought process construct that gets the client to be able to weigh in, have conflict, have litigation about the issues of what I'm presenting to them, about how to give them their power back within the case without overriding my lane on where my power is.